quest for greener pastures abroad by some Nigerian youths is on the increase, despite calls by concerned citizens to desist from such practices. The aftermath of such trips, orchestrated by dubious travel agents, is a sordid story. Many who embarked on such trips, either to the point of destination or turned back, return to tell tales of bruised emotions. In this special report, correspondent John Felix speaks with Falodu Damiloa, a 23-year-old who escaped and returned from Oman in the Middle East by sheer luck.
Oman is the oldest independent state in the Arab world. It is one of the more traditional countries in the Gulf region and was, until the 1970s, one of the most isolated. The country has so far been spared the militant Islamist violence that has plagued some of its neighbors. Yet, undeterred, it receives immigrants around the world on a daily basis, with Africans, especially Nigerian ladies, headlining the list. The plight of these young African girls who are lured into the belief that life is better outside the country has become an unending story. Such obnoxious arrangements, call it economic migration, human trafficking, or slavery in disguise, have attracted huge derision from the general public. In this no-hold-back account, I caught up with Damiloa, having lost both parents in 1 year, narrates what propelled her to leaving the country.
But it was a pastor who taught us. I never planned of traveling before. It was through a friend who advised me to travel out of the country.
Upon getting to Oman, Damilola's aspiration of getting a better job that is relatively scarce in Nigeria is faced with a hard knock. She says they were told by the Omani lordship in a simple language, "You are our property." She shares further her work experience in the Middle East.
When we get there, we know that the visa and everything was free, because the people will be like, we buy you for 2 years and we can do anything for you for that 2 years.
Things seemingly were not the same. Month after month, Damilola's frustration takes a new twist as she is faced with sexual harassment on a regular basis. Just as other African ladies are not left out, she manages to find an escape route, but it was short-lived.
I could not cope because the man was really harassing me, that he wanted to have a sex with me, or else I won't have peace in the house. I could not speak Arabic, and there is no way I can complain to the office because they won't hear me out.
In a way, Mr. tried to rape me.
It was just all lies. They lied to me. And I'm very discouraged.
They are very rich, but I'm working for them, but it's hard for them to pay me money.
For Damiloa, the new family she got wasn't a better option. She says things became unbearable for her, and what came to her mind was to find an escape route to return back to Nigeria. She shares experiences of other Nigerian ladies that got missing, perhaps dead.
I can say that 99% of Nigerian ladies, let me put it like this, African ladies over there, that they did not complain. They are doing housemaid.
Damiloa shares how her sister in the United States helped facilitate her return back to Nigeria.
Immediately, I didn't tell her anything at first. But immediately I told her that I'm in Oman. And she has been hearing news about Oman and all that. She was like, "What are you doing in Oman? Why do you go to Oman? What job are you doing?" That was where I started calling out things. So she was like, "Did any of your siblings know?" But she knows that I don't have parents. I said, "No, I didn't tell my sister nor my brother." So please do not, because she prays I did not lose any of my family again, that she will try her possible best for me to leave. So when I decided to leave, so I tell her, "I'm on my way to office. Please keep praying for me. Let me meet the grace of God over there."
Back in Nigeria, Damiloa says she felt there was need for a story to be heard. Upon hearing the Queen Moremi Ajasoro beauty pageant, she applied for it and a new phase began for her.
Within that 1 month, that was when I come across with this Moremi Ajasoro beauty pageant. So I just say, thank God, this is an excuse for me to show them that I want to wait for this beauty pageant.
I also spoke with the coordinator of Queen Moremi Ajasoro, Princess Runke Ademiluyi. She says part of the overarching mission of the Queen Moremi Ajasoro was to salvage unending migration of innocent young Nigerian girls into an unknown world as victims of human trafficking and forced prostitution.
It actually started from Damilola's story. Like she mentioned, we had a cultural pageant, which we do every year as part of our Women Empowerment Program. We try to empower beauty queens into future entrepreneurs.
His Imperial Majesty Oba Adeyeye Eniton Ogunwusi speaks on why he took interest in Damilola's story.
A story that will actually be a mirror for a lot of young ladies, because it's about a story of a nation.
Traditional institutions are not left out in this fight against human trafficking. The first-class monarch speaks further on efforts being put in place to curb the scourge.
We have a lot of Nigerian ladies in the Arab nation and even in the Western world. This is another second phase of slavery, human slavery, which we should completely stop.
The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons attributes reports of human trafficking as a case of moral values, greed, laziness, ignorance, among others. Acting Lagos Zonal Commander Kehinde Akomolafe says the agency's impact has made human trafficking known.
You find ignorance actually, because some of them think, oh, it's just going in search of greener pasture. Ignorance is actually a very vital factor responsible for the high incidence of human trafficking.
If someone comes to you and tells you that, oh, they can take your child to another country, at least don't be over anxious. Do your finding. Try and find out from other people whose children have been taken like that as well.
With this intervention, it is expected that NAPTIP and other relevant agencies will pay attention to the Middle East as part of efforts aimed at rescuing the vast majority of African ladies, particularly Nigerians still in the den of human traffickers. John Felix, reporting for Galaxy News.